Or how do you deliver content to people? How do you determine what stage they're at and then develop and deliver appropriate content to them?
It depends on the channel and how targeted we're able to be. So with email, for instance, we can be extremely targeted. We know exactly who we're sending an email to. So we can get very, very, very niche and say, we're going to deliver this amount of information. It's the perfect amount of information for the right audience. However, something like LinkedIn or Facebook, where you have a broad audience, you're best off, I think, being sort of disciplined and picking where you think sort of the highest impact, lowest hanging fruit lies. So for us, for instance, we don't spend a lot of time educating people on why real estate investing matters. That's something, of course, that's important, but we figure that if you're not really interested enough in personal finance to understand how investing works, and then even one step below that, why real estate could be interesting, we probably, while we would love for those people to get education, it's just not the best use of our time right now. So instead, we focus on an audience who already knows that real estate is attractive, but they just don't understand how it works online or why Fundrise might be the best avenue for that sort of thing. And so we just try to be disciplined and prioritize a very specific audience and always write or create content specifically for that person.
And how do you know what it is exactly to write about? Do you do focus groups, or is it like, tell me how you do that?
Yeah, I think we move quickly and iterate. That's sort of a lesson learned from Uber, maybe, where we are extremely data driven. So we know exactly how everything we do works and have a really good understanding, like very good leading indicators early on of whether or not we've guessed right. But my team, I sort of try to instill in them permission to fail. And as long as we're not doing something that could in any way degrade the brand, if someone has a good idea for something that they think could add value for our audience, we say, hey, move as fast as you can, execute at a high level, and then measure it really, consistently. If it works, double down. If it doesn't work, cut it and move on.
And when you say measure it, you're actually able to see what people are consuming of what you put out there, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, we measure. I mean, we are as data driven as any company that I've worked at. And, we've built a team that enables us to really understand the sort of first, second, third degree effects of everything we do, especially that happens in the digital marketplace.
That's fascinating. So how do you do that actually? How do you what are the data flows that you can utilize?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of it's tools. So we work with companies like Mixpanel and of course Google Analytics and some of these, and we also have a lot of in-house solutions for actually aggregating the data and use things like Tableau to sort of allow us to visualize the data. But the biggest key, as anyone who works in data would tell you, is not so much about getting the data, it's about actually acting on it. And so what we've done is we've just been able to work really hard to build an attribution system that allows us to know, for the vast majority of traffic that's coming to our website, the vast majority of signups and lead captures and investors, we know exactly what their journey has been to this point. And a lot of that's due to in-house solutions that our engineering team have built for us. And then we also have just really strong analysts in-house who are actually, helping us make decisions based on what we're seeing in terms of just broad trends. Because it's not really always about, there's a big debate in the digital world of like first click attribution or last click attribution, meaning is it the first site you ever went to that told you about Fundrise that's the most important part of your journey, or is it the last site that you went to before deciding to invest that's the most important part? And we try to sort of take this holistic perspective to help us, decide how to spend our money and spend our time.